Video number 10. Even dogs have jobs. The forces of economic, social, cultural, and psychological disruption have never been so fierce. It will take new paradigms, imagination, and resourcefulness to reinvent the connections between education and jobs. People need to work. They need to feel useful, connected, and productive. They need to earn a living. They need to exercise their abilities. They need to develop their potential and to express it socially. Even dogs have jobs. Their work is helpful for prisoner rehabilitation, for patient therapy in hospitals, for emotional comfort in hospices, for companionship in centers for seniors, for friendship and protection in family homes, as guides for the blind, for work on farms, for uniquely specialized operations with security agencies and soldiers on the battlefield. Many people dislike their work, but those without work are usually worse off, financially and psychologically. An unpleasant job is a spur to personal change. The vacuum of unwanted leisure becomes a chronic spiritual disease. We need to expand our idea of work and to ensure that our educational systems empower students with a love of endless learning, grounded in experience, rather than with a false euphoria based on the self-defeating belief that the drudgery of learning terminates with the end of the school year. Consider the fanciful image of the factory floor of the future, the post-humanistic future, consisting of one man and a dog, where the job of the dog is to guard the machinery, and the job of the man is to feed the dog. The idea of a limitless, leisure-filled, technopoly-generated utopia is inconsistent with critical societal needs and contrary to human nature. The abstract prescriptions of bookish bureaucrats are no longer necessary for personal growth or social progress. When the acquisition of knowledge becomes relevant to the essentials of life, then young people will find meaning, context, and enthusiasm in their studies. Let's shift our focus and take a look at the term humanities. This is not simply a title for a list of academic subjects like literature, languages, and history, but rather a reference to the nature and essence of our humanity. Here's a timely quote. "We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost." That's the great Charlie Chaplin in the 1940 film, The Great Dictator. Our culture has drawn artificial lines among the arts and sciences and humanities, lines that did not exist for remarkable innovators like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg. The founder of Facebook was a student of ancient Greek philosophy and history and of psychology. When introducing the iPad 2, Jobs, a student of Zen Buddhism and meditation, who dropped out of college but continued to audit calligraphy classes, announced that it's in the Apple's DNA that technology alone is not enough. It's technology married with the liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields us the result that makes our hearts sing. The complexity of modern life cries out for cooperation, for interdisciplinary perspectives, for creative solutions involving the integration of multiple mindsets. The market demand for specialized academic disciplines is disappearing as fast as ice flows in the Arctic. When our educational authorities will come to realize that the future creative energies belong to the synergy of human relationships and teamwork, they will downplay the competitive, corrosive, and isolating regime of artificial bell curves and abstract learning. To conclude, all of life seeks equilibrium, or what the Buddha called the golden mean. When irrational exuberance indicates an inflationary bubble, it's time to examine balancing forces. So I discovered this canary in the digital coal mine from a New York Times article in 2011, reporting on the chief technology officer of eBay, who sends his children to a 9-classroom Waldorf school in California. Waldorf schools, based on the philosophy of Swiss educator Rudolf Steiner, have become fashionable in California among techie employees of Silicon Valley giants like Google, Apple, Yahoo, and Hewlett-Packard, who are defying the ideology of technopoly by sending their kids to schools that reflect humanistic values from a pre-digital age. The Waldorf philosophy is as much concerned with character and mindfulness as with literacy and numeracy, social and emotional intelligence, a spirit of camaraderie, critical thinking, hands-on experiential learning, and integrative approaches to knowledge are the keynotes. Computers and other electronic devices are discouraged in the elementary grades. The arts, drama, crafts, music, dance, drawing, and painting are emphasized to develop imagination, coordination, refinement of sensibilities, and creative self-expression. The schools attract especially talented teachers who are extensively trained in the Waldorf approach and bring a strong sense of mission. Today, neuroscientists would call it whole brain teaching and learning. I wouldn't describe this shift in educational priorities among the Gujarati as a sea change, but it is indicative of the excesses of technopoly, seeking redress through balance and a renewed humanism. I will close with a brief quote from the Belgian writer Maurice Maeterlinck. At every crossroads on the path that leads to the future, tradition has placed 10,000 men to guard the past.